Oh, we're recording? Oh, welcome to the Trading Daddies podcast, hosted by yours truly, Nico Reyes, and my awesome co-host,
What up, DJ TJ here?
DJ TJ in the hut
It's like
again.
every week my name changes, you know?
TJ. Bro, I'm not liking this week.
Man, I don't want to talk about this week, but I'm still gonna tell you what happened anyways.
I don't like this. I say this with the most optimistic face. This week was ass.
Well, I just want to start off with I got spanked both cheeks.
Both cheeks with no apologies.
Okay, both cheeks. My two of my biggest losses for the week would be Snapchat and Intel. Intel was just a degenerate play, seriously. I was I sold my Peloton short, okay, which was working out, which was working out, but
Ugh.
and then I longed Intel 2 minutes before closing. All right, I longed at 200 shares at 53.80.
For those who want to know, this is the play-by-play of that exact day. Okay, so here I am. I have like my own reasons for longing Intel, and I was wrong, obviously. Mm-hmm. So what I did was I placed my calls. And then I told John, I'm like, John, I'm in Intel, because we like to share our plays. That's how we do it through the Discord. You know, like if you have trading buddies too, you tend to like share plays out. And I told John I'm in Intel, and he goes, I want some Intel too. And I'm like, do you really want some Intel too?
It was a pure degen play.
What happened was he texted me and he goes, quick, 5 minutes. Do I let go of Peloton or do I let go of DraftKings?
And I had MGM too.
Oh, no, it was MGM. It was, do I let go of Peloton or do I let go of DraftKings? And I'm like, what do you feel about MGM? He was like, I'm up on MGM. I mean, does it have legs? Yes, it has legs.
And it did. Peloton's it carried the following day.
You're right. Do you think Peloton's going to keep dumping? Nah, it's going to bounce.
It did. It bounced. I hate Peloton so much.
Oh, God. Peloton is one of those stocks that it's like, you think that it's so overbought. It is. It's been sitting at an 80 RSI for 3 days.
It is. I don't know what's propping it up or what's keeping it up, but
so for those who don't know, the RSI is a relative strength index. It's one of the indicators that we use to determine whether or not a play is overbought or oversold. So that means that if the RSI is above 70, that means that it's overbought. Yeah. And people most likely, the trend usually is people like to sell off around those levels. When the stock is oversold, that means it's under 30 for the RSI. And then when it's under 30, could be a lot more buying there because we're hitting a level of technical, like not technical support, but in a sense, it's just way too much, even if it does break down three support levels.
Yeah. In other terms, you can hear people say, "Oh, it's cheap right now," meaning it's oversold. Mm-hmm. But for as far as Intel goes, so I got in 200 shares at 53.80, 5 minutes or 2 minutes prior closing.
2 minutes. It was 2 minutes because I was counting down.
I was on FaceTime with my bro right here. So I saw Intel jumped by I think a couple of bucks, right? The first time. Dude, it ran. It popped. And then I was like, oh. And then as soon as I got downstairs, like it completely tanked to like 49, 48. So right now I'm at, I also bought 200 shares more at 48.80. So my current average right now is 51, which is still terrible. I'm still down a lot.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, you bought it for the dividends.
Yeah, and well, Intel does pay dividends, but I was doing the math. I told Nico, for me to break even on dividends, I would have to hold it for at least 5 to 7 years.
7 years.
By then, AMD probably surpassed Intel. But
Dude, we're gonna talk about AMD.
Well, the reason Intel took a massive crap was because AMD is actually taking, like, they're getting in the market. They're taking a lot of shares. Okay. I mean, we're going to talk about that too because AMD is going to report this Tuesday after.
And we had a very bad Friday. I mean, it opened red, then it stayed red. We saw some spurts. We saw some spurts of going back up and down, right?
Yeah.
But because of Intel
really dragged the entire market Friday because the market cap of Intel is about 220 billion. That's as big as AT&T.
Yeah, and it carries a lot of weight.
Yeah, it carries a lot of like tech with it. It carries a lot of Dow. So that's the reason, Friday was like a choppy red day.
Yeah,
and it somewhat rallied, towards the end, which was nice. But yeah, we wanted to share our losses, but we also have a bunch of wins. I mean, I'll start. I have MGM, I have DraftKings, I have Penn Gaming, which I'm going to talk about my long-term plays because I do believe that the bounce for this sector is it's a slow recovery, but I do think that come within like the next 4 to 6 months, there will be some form of recovery. And I'm also gonna talk about I went shopping for calls out of the money. We're talking about like 90 to 120 days out. And I'm gonna give you guys the entire list of things that I bought. I went shopping.
OTM boys.
OTM boys in the building.
The OTM boys in the building.
But yeah, we have a lot of things to talk about.
We do.
This upcoming week.
I took some massive losses this week. I didn't bust my entire account open, but I have unrealized roughly around 5 bands.
Yeah.
Because of, it was primarily because of Tesla. I did cut my Tesla losses in terms of my calls at a $500 strike price that was going to expire next week. Not going to happen.
Yeah.
I think we have gotten to a point where Tesla is no longer a hype stock. It is now a normal stock.
It really didn't move that much for earnings, and the conference call didn't really help.
Yeah, usually it busts roughly around 30 to 40, right? Actually, finally tied my hair.
Oh, you look like an onion.
No, I'm actually a really cool onion. I'm a funyun. So, for some reason, dude, you see how Tesla started like picking up some legs at the last 4 to 5 minutes of the session yesterday.
Yeah, I was looking at the chart, and if you look at the daily chart, the candle that it printed yesterday, Friday, if we continue an uptrend, yesterday was the dip because the candle represented yesterday. You can see that the lower part of the candle, that's the wick, somewhat will touch the EMA 50. Okay, this is the daily chart. Okay, if we continue an uptrend, so right now it's hovering between the 20 and the 50. Who knows? There might be some downtrend. Also, the reason yesterday, Tesla was down was because of the news that I think 50,000 vehicles, was it in China?
Yeah, well, we're going to get that into current events later. But there were some recalls. But yeah, that's the main reason why that happened. But we're week 2 of most anticipated earnings. I mean, there's so many weeks of, I think earnings happens right all throughout the year. It's just the bigger ones are around this time. And this is the heaviest week.
Yeah, it is.
This is the heaviest week. This week, I was writing up the show notes yesterday, and I was looking at Earning Whispers, and I was like, this list keeps going.
Yeah, and dude, Monday to Friday, it's going to be heavy, like especially Wednesday and Thursday.
Right? What about a site that the site that specifically only does it for earnings season?
Earnings Whisperer.
No, only earns.
I cannot, from the previous episode, I can't take you seriously. Go ahead, bro.
All right, so Monday starts the heavies. This is heavy week. Oh God, Monday Hasbro. Watch out for Hasbro. That Hasbro will take a page from Mattel's earnings.
Mattel could really
top.
I don't know who's shopping for Barbie still, seriously, and Hot Wheels.
Dude, people are just buying that. Like, there's still toy collectors out there. But Hasbro has a lot of IP that they're doing, especially like forward guidance through the holidays.
Yeah.
Is going to be huge. So make sure that you guys, just pay attention to Hasbro, because I think it's going to be definitely worth it.
Yeah.
For you guys to take a look. Google, that's self-explanatory. One thing to note about Google, though, it's super expensive. We're looking at what, 11? How much is it right now?
Yeah, almost 1,100.
Almost 1,100, right?
Yeah.
So we're looking at Google, and there could be a scenario where, the price is already baked in
because they're in the news again.
They're in the news again. Like, how much more can Google make?
The power of the internet, bro.
Just the internet's just nuts, right? And we're gonna get into Google later on in our current events. Twilio.
For that one, my take on that one, I'm going to be cautious on that one. The company reported strong earnings last quarter, but it probably is out of gas. The chart, however, it's still on an uptrend. Okay, so if you want to play Twilio, just set your stop loss on the EMA. If you're looking at the daily chart, the 1 month or the 3 month chart, set your stop loss on either the EMA 9, the 20, or the 50. I still might play along on this one. So Twilio reports Monday after close. Okay, ticker symbol TWLO.
I think for Twilio, I'm going to go ahead and wait for a stock market reaction before I make a play. So probably it's going to be a next day play for me. I'm not going to go gung ho and do YOLO Twilio. YOLO Twilio on Monday. You know what I mean? Chegg. CHGG. I got burned by that last quarter, so I'm going to be cautious again.
They popped and dropped, right?
They popped and dropped, so it's always going to be like,
pop, lock, and drop it.
Do you think? Man,
that was a jam. What was that 15 years ago?
Yeah, that was a jam. You know what? I need to start doing is compiling hot songs from 03 to 09.
Yeah.
Those are the good ones. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of Neo in there.
Oh, I was a Neo fan, bro.
Yeah, Neo was dope.
Yeah.
Neo and Trey Songz.
Those were the baby makers.
No, definitely. This one time I played Trey Songz. You know that when he starts the song like, "This one's a panty dropper," right? So I played that, and the girl that I was with turned it down immediately. I'm like, okay, I guess we're not doing that. I guess it's not a panty dropper.
I guess we're going to McDonald's.
I guess we're going to go to McDonald's. That's where we're going to go in the first place. Yeah. I wasn't going to go haul ham. LRN, which is K-12 Incorporated. Yeah. It could be a surprise. With more and more parents opting to have online schooling, there could be a scenario where we see more subscribers.
Yep.
Right? Because
when are they reporting?
Monday. I think Monday after hours.
After hours? LRN. I'm going to actually put that on my list.
Yeah, LRN. I was looking at the charts. It looks, pretty promising. BYD. Thoughts on Boyd, my guy?
Boyd Gaming. So here's the thing. Gaming has been on a rebound, right? But Boyd itself, I like the stock. The chart itself, it just ran. Just take a look at the past 3 months alone. It just went upwards, okay? So, it's completely up to you if you think this still has gas. I would stay away from it. Just be on the sideline. Because really, Boyd is not relevant compared to DraftKings or Penn Gaming. Mm-hmm. Those are the 1-2s right now. Boyd, it's up to you.
So you're telling me to avoid it?
Gotcha.
So that's it for Monday.
No. I
more?
also forgot to let you know AGNC for after close Monday. AGNC, it's an REIT. It's a rate. They pay nice dividends. I currently own about. I've been preaching about AGNC, because I like the company. I do own in my dividend portfolio. I do own about 500 shares. So they pay monthly. So they pay about $60-$70 a month for dividends. So they're reporting earnings after close Monday.
So let's put that on the list. I think we're gonna start doing this on Instagram. Every day we're gonna put on the earnings to watch out for. Yeah. This is not necessarily earnings that we're gonna play, but these are earnings that you guys should pay attention to. Yeah. Because these are pretty much the well-known companies. We're not going to go into the penny stocks. We're not going to give you guys a penny play to watch out for earnings. Yeah. Obviously, it's not that noteworthy. Yeah. For Tuesday,
man, big Tuesday.
JetBlue short.
Hey, check this out. So, didn't we say short all of the airlines except for Southwest? And who ran? Southwest ran. Everything else took a crap.
Well, American Airlines ran a little bit.
They took a dip because they're thinking about announcing what do you call this? An offering, a $1 billion offering. They're trying to raise capital because they've been on a downtrend. Actually,
that's the only way for these companies to survive without a stimulus from the government. Their only option is to lay off employees,
which sucks,
right? Which is just terrible. Yeah. And B, to offer more shares to investors so that they could raise the stock pricing, and gain more capital. I think it's the only way, really. So, Caterpillar, what do you think on CAT?
But believe it or not, I'm actually going to be bullish on CAT, Caterpillar. It's because if you look at the housing market, you're right. It's actually been on an uptrend.
You're right. It's on a tear.
It's on an uptrend. Yeah. I'm actually going to put that on my list because it's a solid company. Plus, on top of that, they pay dividends. I'm actually going to put that on my list. So,
I like it. You know what? Caterpillar, you got my vote. Eli Lilly is the other coronavirus
and cocktail. Yeah, he kept pumping that one. He mentioned it how many times this week?
Eli Lilly. I thought it was a Regeneron boy. It was Chris Christie that did the Eli Lilly.
No, Donnie did that too. Eli Lilly.
Oh wow. Yeah. I was gonna say I wouldn't trust Eli Lilly because Chris Christie is the poor man's Donald Trump. You know what I mean? Like Homeboy got caught on a
Zoom call.
No. That was Jeffrey Toobin.
Oh, my bad.
Jeffrey Toobin. Yeah, that was Toobin. My bad. Jeffrey Toobin was playing with his Toobin.
That's embarrassing, bro.
Can you imagine being on a Zoom call, forgetting to hang up and just go to town?
Who does that?
Jeffrey Toobin.
Maybe he has an OnlyFans account.
Yeah, only Toobin.
And he forgot to switch the window.
Simply Toobin.
Oh, man.
I think, dude, you could actually make a verb out of that. Like, give me a couple minutes. I'm going to go Toobin.
BRB.
I'm going to go Toobin. Let's move forward. SHW Sherwin-Williams. Buy.
You think so?
Buy that. Sherwin-Williams, who's not painting during the pandemic. I know we are.
I don't know, man. Why can't you just go to Home Depot? Like, paint is paint.
You can. Paint is definitely paint. But doesn't Sherwin-Williams their own store, right?
Yeah.
But do they also sell in the big boxes? Do you know?
I don't think so.
I think so. I have a strong feeling about Sherwin-Williams. It's still a home improvement play, no matter how you look at it.
Right.
So I'm bullish on that. BP oil short.
No, yeah, short oil.
Short oil.
You know what?
Easy.
In my general opinion, like since we have all these renewables coming out, emerging, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't see oil being as a long-term play. That's why they offer, bigger dividends now. It's because their stocks are down. Like if you look at Exxon, Chevron, like their dividends are really appealing. Okay. But the reason they're appealing is because the stock's down.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're also subject to a whole lot of M&A, mergers and acquisitions.
Yeah.
Because they now have to consolidate.
Yeah.
It's coming to a point where there's no more options but for them to consolidate and create bigger conglomerates in order for them to survive. That's just the way it is. Fossil fuels are no longer viable.
It just sucks, the oil industry, a lot of people will lose their jobs eventually. And I'm not praying, someone to lose their jobs, but I don't believe in oil plays at all anymore. Yeah.
From a stock market perspective, from a trader's perspective, oil used to be the ish. Like you go long on oil.
Like 10, 20 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, right. You used to go long on oil. Oil used to be so high up there in the like, think of oil in Google terms.
Yeah.
That used to be the thing.
Yeah.
Right. But now renewable energies are a thing.
Yeah.
I'm actually very bullish on all solar plays.
Yeah. I mean, 12 years ago, oil was at 100 something a barrel, but now it's like 38, I think, $38.
Mm-hmm. I feel like if I short BP, I could get some gas money back from all the times that, it's a revenge play. It's a revenge play.
How much is gas right now in California?
I mean,
you live in the city, so it costs more.
I mean, when I go to DC, when I go to Daly City, Costco is like $2.85. $2.85.
Wait, really? For 87?
Yeah, for 87.
Oh, it's like $2.20 over here.
Yeah, I mean, don't gloat, but but I mean, dude, can you imagine? Do you remember when gas was like $5?
Oh yeah, man,
bro.
Oil companies were making a killing, bro.
$5 per gallon. I was mad.
Yeah,
I was mad. Crocs.
I don't even know why you put that on the list, man. Like, who?
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you exactly why. I'm not a fashionable person, right? For people that know me, I'm not a fashionable person. I like to wear pretty much one and the same type of clothes. I want to be comfortable, right? Crocs, still not the thing for me. But the reason why I feel Crocs I know they're ugly. Nobody said they were nice looking. But but for some reason, right? There's a lot more people wearing Crocs outside. Before, when you bought Crocs, you would shamefully wear that inside the house. You wouldn't bring it outside. But now Crocs are being decorated. Like my daughter goes, "Dad, can I buy a pair of Crocs?" I'm like, Crocs? You remember we used to laugh at people who wore Crocs, but now it's a thing. And also, they just did a collab with the Biebs. Justin Bieber's Crocs collaboration is sold out everywhere.
Oh my God. Okay, go ahead.
So this is the reason why Crocs will surprise.
All right, so for a bunch of degens out there, what do you guys think? Here, I'll put it on the list. What's the symbol? CROC?
CROX.
CROX, okay.
CROX.
All right.
Even the ticker symbol's ugly, but you know what?
Surprise play.
It's a surprise play.
Tuesday, right?
They are reporting on Tuesday.
Yep.
Microsoft, self-explanatory. I feel like Microsoft could be baked in. There is some potential for growth here. The Xbox is about to drop in 3 weeks?
Yes.
I got my pre-orders. I'm excited. AMD now. This is a little heavy. AMD is now poised to become the leader in the semi space.
You know what? Intel brought that up. They're losing some market share, right? And they didn't want to name who was taking some of the share.
Who else?
AMD. So yes, I'm completely bullish on AMD as well. So
they're well managed.
Yeah,
they're very well managed. Their CEO is an amazing human being. They do not just the semiconductor chips; they're also doing graphics cards. And now more and more computer manufacturers, are giving you the option if you want to have AMD chipsets, or do you want to do Intel and NVIDIA. Most people like to have that Ryzen and Radeon combo in terms of their processors. And given the opportunity, I mean, make sure that you guys watch the chart before you guys making a play. But I mean, long term AMD is a really good play. We're gonna see up and down, here and there, but I think what's gonna drive it further is guidance. And we're still, people are still building PCs. Dude. Like, a lot of people are building more PCs now than anything, and a lot of people are preferring more AMD products as opposed to the Intel chips, because Intel is still behind on that 7 nanometer or the 10 nanometer or something nanometer chip that AMD has definitely a good leg forward. FireEye.
So it still looks nice. They killed earnings last quarter. Seems like a continuation play here. It's still above the 50, which is a nice support. However, for you guys who's going to play, FireEye, it's a small cap stock, so this could move quick both ways. So I'll be on the sideline on this one, even though they killed earnings last quarter. So it's completely up to you if you want to play that one.
Take-Two Interactive, TWOU. I don't like them.
You've never liked Take-Two anyways.
I hate Take-Two. How are you going to tell me that the game is different if you're just going to add a different number to it? 2K20 and 2K21 are one in the same game, and now they're saying that you have to buy a different version of the game for the next-gen consoles? Get out of here. Ronnie 2K, I don't like you. We're not friends. That's a first here. I don't... Ronnie 2K, you've taken too much of my money.
So what do you think about Enphase and First Solar, ENPH and FSLR? These are the renewable plays.
FSLR for sure. FSLR, I think, has definite legs. I do think that when we talked about it earlier, solar is pretty much the way to go, and a lot more adaptation of solar panels. Besides, Tesla's one of the bigger players, but there's other people that do solar panels too. And I think as we move into more renewable, as renewable energy is more acceptable and being more sought out, we're going to see more on the solar side. But Enphase, I'm not really keen on that. What's your take?
Enphase, if you look at the chart, it ran the past 3 months, really. I'm going to be cautious on this one, because if you look at Sunrun's chart, Sunrun is like down, I think, 20% from the highs. So I wouldn't be surprised, if Enphase does a surprise earnings. So could be both ways, up or down. But I wouldn't play any of the solar plays for Tuesday. We also forgot a couple of big names for Tuesday as well. 3M, MMM. They report before open Tuesday. I'm actually going to be a sideline on this one. 3M really has not moved much in the previous earnings. The only time they moved well was back, I think, first quarter. Okay, that's when the pandemic was starting. As far as Pfizer goes, okay, Pfizer. Remember, they have that report coming out. Was it the 30th or 20th?
30th.
30th. Remember when they held off that report? I think it was announced last month that they have a report coming out, because Donnie was like, oh, the vaccine's going to be out, in a few weeks, and the military is going to distribute them, whatever. This might be the hype play right here, because they report before open this Tuesday, and I am bullish on Pfizer. They pay nice dividends as well, 4%, I think.
So load up on PFE Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, buy the rumor and sell the news for sure. I mean, that's definitely a good play.
Yeah.
Denny's.
When is Denny's? Tuesday?
DNN.
Who eats at Denny's? Every time I go to Denny's, there's always a fight.
Because we always go to Denny's at night.
Exactly. Who still goes to Denny's?
Bro, I remember this one time, right? I got so drunk, and then we all drove in shout out to Jeff. He drove his van, and I almost threw up in the van, and we had to pull over the side of the road. Bro, I woke up, right? And then I was like, I slept. I passed out in the car. I woke up, and I was like, oh, shit, we're at Denny's.
Yeah.
So I got out of the car, like we magically ended up at Denny's, and I ate.
Those are a lot of fights, a lot of throw-ups, a lot of chairs. I remember the one in Pittsburgh was closed down because that one was terrible. There was stabbing outside. Anyways, that's
short Denny's. So we also have Big Five sports, retail.
I don't believe in retail.
They might show forward guidance, but that's not going to be enough to save the last 2 quarters. But I mean, Red Rock Resorts.
I mean, it's gaming, but hotels, they still took a hit. I wouldn't play that one. I'd probably short it.
I mean, yeah, for sure, short.
RRR.
RRR is going to be on
that's the ticker symbol.
Short list.
Yeah,
it's going to be on the short list. Wednesday's
huge. Check this out.
Wednesday.
UPS.
Poof.
Remember last quarter? Man, UPS destroyed it. And
UPS
followed.
Yeah, all of them. Like, I mean, what else can you say about the only 2 companies that are delivering our packages, right?
And
besides the US,
they're raising their rates starting next year.
They have to. There's so much that's being shipped around the world, and they need to raise their rates. It only makes sense. It only makes sense.
A disclaimer. So, like, I have a few friends that work for the company, and they're saying that they've been overworked.
Yeah,
they're short staffed.
I believe
so. There's a lot of demand.
I believe that. I heard that they're also double shifting.
Yeah. Well, check this out. We had a package delivered actually this morning. Like, we were looking out the window, right, and you can see the driver run across the street, drop off the package, and run back to his truck. And I'm like, this guy is like hustling. Like, he probably got like 1,000 packages to deliver. So it just tells you, like they're overbooked.
Yeah. Our UPS driver knew that we had phones coming in yesterday.
Yeah, we one of our because we ordered the iPhone. My wife got it.
Yeah,
that's cool. You already got it,
right? He was like, "Oh, here are your Apple phones." I'm like, "How do you know, sir?" Sir, have you been snooping? And then, so UPS for sure. Boeing, I don't know, dude.
I don't know. I mean, Boeing will be once the vaccine is here, which I think it's coming soon, like probably this week.
Yeah.
Yes, you go in Boeing once it's here.
We're getting a vaccine this week?
Huh?
We're getting a vaccine this week?
I mean, I'm still waiting for Amazon 30-to-1 split. I'm still waiting. Because remember, we I think I called it out back in August. Amazon 30-to-1 split.
Well, all right. If Amazon is to announce a stock split, this is the week.
That'll be crazy, right?
This is the week.
They're reporting Thursday.
They're reporting on Thursday. So if they are going to be
insane,
doing
the market will jump, bro.
Dude, if they are, oh my god, this is like a stimulus.
Yeah, dude, that's better than a stimulus because the market will jump.
Way better than a stimulus. GE, miss. Short on GE.
GE, believe it or not, is actually one of the oldest companies in the index. I think they're one of the first 10. Yeah. I don't even know.
GE what about
like besides appliances and light bulbs?
Yeah, exactly. What about MasterCard?
We saw American Express didn't do so well. I wouldn't be bullish on MasterCard. I'd be bullish with Visa.
For sure, Visa for sure. But MasterCard, I mean, we're not in a space whether or not to give you guys recommendations on mid-tier moves. Yeah. It's not, I mean, it's either a yes or no for earnings. There's really no, it's not going to stay the same. You know what I mean? It's either it goes up or it dips.
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen any earnings report where the stock price reacts like, oh, nothing happened. You know what I mean? So, Fiverr. What are your thoughts on Fiverr? FVRR.
I don't know much about the company besides, you're hiring someone from India.
That's true. Fiverr feels that they will most likely beat, because I feel that the profit margins are just too good, right? And I mean, it works.
So for the folks who don't know what Fiverr is,
freelance work.
It's a lot of freelance work. It's basically an online market where you pick and choose who you want to work with or who you want to hire for a certain job. Okay.
Is there? I wonder if you could use Fiverr to have people write your reports for you.
Yeah, you could.
You can.
Yeah, you could. They can.
This would have been so easy, dude. I believe that if Fiverr was around and Chegg was around, I would have actually passed college. I would have graduated.
Right. Oh, that's right. I see where you're going with this one.
I would have graduated.
Imagine writing a 10-page essay, pay someone $20.
Yeah, no, I'd rather pay somebody $20 to write my essay. You're right.
Oh man, what a time to be alive, bro! Like for the next generation to come.
Right. I feel like I was wrong. Yeah, I was born in the wrong time.
We were born in the time.
It is what it is. Now we're doing a podcast, which is even better.
Yeah.
Six Flags short.
Who goes to Six Flags still? Seriously.
That Venga Bus guy.
Jesus.
Bro, dude, those commercials were funny.
Mm-hmm. 10 years ago. 10 years ago, yeah, it was.
Fastly. Whew.
So check this out. I know you're bearish on Fastly. I do own some shares, okay? I bought some shares. The reason I'm somewhat bullish on Fastly still is because they've already lowered their guidance. I feel like it's already baked in.
Okay.
Weird thing. I'm live.
Do you want video?
Yeah, just get it. Yeah.
Chicken or steak?
Doesn't matter.
I want steak.
So yeah, I'm bullish on Fastly is because I feel like the price is already baked in. Sorry about that.
I want steak though.
They're going to Chipotle, I think. CMG. Oh, by the way, I owe you CMG.
You owe me a bowl.
Going back to Fastly, the stock itself took a crap by 30%. Okay. However, we are following the money on this one because Cathie Wood, ARK Investments, they're dumping some money in this one. I feel like it's going to be a long-term play. Yes, even though they're thinking about losing some revenue off of TikTok. But seriously, if you follow what ARK Investments have done in this past year alone, it's magical.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things.
Yeah, I'm not pouring tens and thousands. I only have 100 shares,
Yeah.
Of Fastly. So who knows? There might be a bounce, but really, I feel like the price is completely baked in.
And we're at oversold levels.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
we're at oversold levels here. And John makes a great point. When it comes down to ARK Invest, you really do follow the money because I don't think that they're wrong.
Yeah.
One thing, if we are going to look at the ARK Invest portfolio, they have been investing heavily in a company called DoYu, which is a Chinese company. We're going to do a little bit more research on that. And we're most likely going to follow that play. Etsy.
Man. Etsy and Pinterest.
Etsy and Pinterest, guys, reporting on the same day.
I like both of them. They're still a pandemic play.
Yep. We've seen how many what happened last quarter.
Oh yeah,
right? And it kept on. It's still one of those plays that keep on playing, right? It's just self-explanatory at that point. Gilead.
Oh, I'm bullish still. Even with the COVID treatment that they released, even though the stock really it dipped. Okay, it was really weak. I still own shares. I still own calls for Gilead.
Nice. eBay.
I don't know. I've never really played eBay.
I haven't. I mean, if we're gonna take a look at companies that you've used during the pandemic and you've used in prior years, I think eBay is one of those that are slowly fizzling out. I mean, there are some people still use eBay, right? But with so many other platforms for you to buy and sell things, I'm gonna stay away from eBay.
Yeah.
Visa, similar to MasterCard. Teladoc. Very bullish on Teladoc. I mean, a lot more people are scared to actually go to the doctor's offices because, you never know what will happen. So the whole telemedicine field is now giving us the opportunity to actually talk to your doctor and just show them like, hey, I got a bruise, or hey, this, right? And it's a little bit easier instead of taking your time out and going to the doctors. It's as easy as a video call. ServiceNow.
That I would be bearish on ServiceNow. ServiceNow is basically a third-party company that a lot of retail and a lot of restaurants actually use ServiceNow. ServiceNow, they go to your store, they fix whatever appliances that you need to get fixed. Since a lot of restaurants that have shut down in the past 6 months because of the pandemic that we were in, I will be bearish on this one.
Gotcha. I think I share the same sentiment. Grubhub.
I'm bullish on Grubhub.
Grubhub for sure. Easy. I mean, it's self-explanatory, right? Yeah. Who hasn't ordered anything from Grubhub?
Yeah. You know what? We're still waiting for DoorDash to IPO. Because believe it or not, DoorDash is actually the leader when it comes to...
Oh, no, I'm thinking of Postmates. I'm sorry.
No, Postmates is crap.
Postmates is with Uber now.
Yeah, Postmates is crap. But DoorDash is actually the leader in that industry. They're like, I think 3 or 4 times bigger than Grubhub.
I think what DoorDash might be waiting for is the Prop 22 news here in California. So they're going to weigh out the there's a proposition in California called Prop 22, which will determine the fates of gig economy workers, whether or not they're going to be classified as independent contractors or they're going to be employees of those specific companies that they do gigs for. So watch out for that. O'Reilly. O'Reilly.
Last quarter, what happened?
Bananas.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Like a store that you would pass by and be like, oh, I know that song. I'm not even going to go in there. I'm just going to go in AutoZone. And O'Reilly killed it.
Yep. AutoZone, O'Reilly. There's another car company, car parts company that I can't, off the top of my head, I don't remember. But those are pretty solid because people are still working on their cars. I don't think that's ever stopped. You know what I mean?
O'Reilly ran.
Right. Ford miss.
How about Ford, man?
Yeah. Here's one thing to think about though. Sprouts Farmers Market, ticker symbol SFM. So it's like a Whole Foods light. Yep. Like if you're Whole Foods on a diet, I like Sprouts. There's certain things at Sprouts that I can't find anywhere else, and they're also delivered by Instacart.
Yes.
So that could be a definite surprise. Anything you want to add? We will continue the rest of the earnings preview on Wednesday's show because we still have Thursday and Friday to go to. But did you want to add anything to the past 3 days that we've discussed?
Wednesday's show is going to be insane,
bro.
For Thursday and Friday because
Thursday alone.
Yeah, Thursday's huge. You have
Thursday
Shopify,
alone.
You have Nokia, you have Moderna, Spotify, Overstock.com, Yum Brand,
Amazon, Apple, Activision,
Facebook, Twitter. I think Twitter will run because we saw how Snapchat ran. Google is going to Activision, Starbucks.
There's so many places. We're going to break this down for you guys on the Wednesday show. But we're going to take a quick little break. And then when we come back, we will introduce something called John's Stock of the Week.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys in a bit. Welcome back to the Trading Daddies podcast. We're going to introduce something new to you guys today. It's called John's Stock of the Week. So every Saturday, we're going to John's going to talk about a certain stock that he believes that, has potential for short-term gains as well as long-term gains, and the reason why, right? So, Tef Leezy Fosheezy, take it away.
DJ TJ in the mix.
DJ TJ.
Okay, so the stock of the week that I want to talk about is, believe it or not, it's like just around, the corner. Okay, it's called McDonald's.
I love McDonald's.
I don't know, man. Every time I have McDonald's, I'm like, my heart.
It's not as bad as Jack in the Box.
Oh, God. Anyways, so McDonald's, ticker symbol MCD. Check this out. The reason we're doing the stock of the week is because if you guys don't know about McDonald's, here, we're going to break it down right now, because McDonald's is more than a burger joint.
It is?
There's more to it. Okay, so McDonald's operates and franchises a whopping, you like how I put in whopping? Whopping 38,695 stores worldwide in 119 markets. Okay, so when I say there's probably one down the street, there is, because they almost have 40,000 units worldwide. They have a market cap of 170 billion. So what does that mean? Okay. So what is 170 billion market cap? It's pretty much like if you take Yum Brands, which operates KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut. Okay. If you combine all those stores, their market cap, McDonald's is 5.5 times bigger than Yum Brands.
Just one restaurant, not just the one singular restaurant, but one company.
Yep.
So, wow.
And then if you take Starbucks is about 100 something billion, I think 105. So it almost doubles that, even though Starbucks has 1 million. Don't quote me on that one. They have 1 million, stores. They're everywhere, right? Even in Safeways. But McDonald's still almost doubles Starbucks when it comes to market cap, meaning that's how big McDonald's is, okay? Now, McDonald's isn't just a fast food restaurant. A lot of people don't know this. They're actually in the real estate business, okay? So check this out, okay? They're not just a burger joint. So McDonald's, they own real estate. They own the land, and the franchises, they actually pay the rent to McDonald's. How cool is that?
Wait. So you're telling me that even though these are franchises, right? Because when you say franchise, you have to source the location, you have to choose a location, you have to get it approved by your parent company in order for you to use that.
So McDonald's buys the land, okay, and then looks for franchises. So, like, for example, I don't know, somewhere in New Mexico, okay, they picked out certain lands. And then they go bidding when it comes to, okay, who wants to franchise these McDonald's? And then they probably have 10 to 20 people, going up for that bid. And then whoever wins that bid, okay, where's the land? Well, McDonald's, me. Well, here are the lands. What do you want to do? And we're going to set up, our leasing agreement. You don't own the land. You just own the name. Okay, now since you own the name, you still got to pay royalty fees and all.
Yeah.
McDonald's is just making a killing because 85% of their units out of 39,000 units, 85% of them are franchises.
Dude, that's a cash cow.
It is. It's cool, huh? So yes, they sell burgers and fries, and the damn Sunday machine is always broken. But
also, why is that? Is anybody working for McDonald's can tell us why the Sunday machine is always?
Did you know that we're going to be off topic for a little bit? There was a video that went viral, I don't know, a few years ago about the Sunday machine. Like this one employee I think they got fired, put it on blast on YouTube or Snapchat or whatever, that they took apart the Sunday machine, and it was like the reason it was broken was because it was moldy, it wasn't maintained. This was on. I don't know which.
I don't remember that.
It was on the news.
That's gross.
Yeah,
but I love McFlurries. I'm gonna have a McFlurry later.
yeah. So, but really, they rake in about 4.5 billion annually alone just in real estate.
Just not even the food transactions.
Nope, just in rent. That's why McDonald's. That's why they pay a nice 2.25% in dividends. So let's say if you own 100 shares of McDonald's, you would put in about right now it's priced at 230, 229.
Mm-hmm.
So if you own 100 shares, you put in $22,900. You'll get $516 a year just in dividends, which is not bad. That's a lot of Big Macs.
Yeah.
Those
are delicious.
But yeah, how smart is this business model? Because you own the land and then the franchises pay the lease, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the lease agreements, they're not just, oh, I'm going to lease it for a year. This is like 5 to 10, 15-year lease agreements.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just going to lease it for a year because that building stays there. And the investor needs to get their monies back. And sometimes, these companies, these investors, when they buy franchises, they break even about 5 to 7 years, and then you really start making money after 7 years.
So I can see that.
So they're not going to sign a 3-year lease. That's insane.
No. And when all right, so let's take a look at your neighborhood McDonald's, right? If you look at your neighborhood McDonald's, assuming that you lived where you are living for the past 3 to 5 years, have you seen it move? No. You haven't seen it move.
It's going to be there for the next 15 to 20 years.
It's very rare that you see a McDonald's transfer locations unless something catastrophic happens.
Yep.
Right? And it's always going to be there.
Yeah. And for example, in the Bay Area, this one McDonald's has been there for, I think, 30 years. And the one in Pleasant Hill.
Oh, that one.
DVC, yeah.
Yeah, by DVC.
Yeah.
That one just got remodeled.
It got remodeled. I think their lease agreement it was up. But anyways, so the 52-week low for McDonald's was at $123. That was pretty much last year. Right now, it's sitting at $229. They did hit $231 just recently. So it's at a 52-week high. Okay, so it's actually on an uptrend. So also, if you guys want to check out what McDonald's is all about, maybe I'm just, pulling your leg on this one. Check out the movie The Founder.
I love that movie.
Dude, that movie is insane. So it's about Ray Kroc, who's I don't want to say a sleazy salesman. He's a salesman, and he saw an opportunity from the McDonald brothers. This was in Southern California back in the 50s. And he worked with them. He got an actual franchise, a McDonald's franchise, because he saw an opportunity when it comes to serving the people, burgers, how convenient it was and how fast it was, because McDonald's was actually the inventor of the line, meaning how quickly can you get a burger out to your customer within
the assembly line.
Yeah, assembly line. That's what I meant. Because a lot of I was in the industry for quite some time, and a lot of people look up to McDonald's because they invented the line, meaning assembly line. Yeah. You have people positioned 1, 2, 3. Someone will splat, and if you look at In-N-Out, same exact thing. It's clear, right? You have someone toasting the bread, you have someone putting the mayo or mustard or whatever or secret sauce, and someone's putting the patty. It's convenient.
It's like a dance.
Yeah, and you can get the burger out in 30 seconds, right? So you can actually serve people in and out within less than 5 minutes. And
that's actually changed a lot throughout the years. I remember my first McDonald's experience was the food was already ready for you, and once you order, all they're doing is turning around and picking it up and put it back. It's just recently that they made those changes to make it fresher. Yeah, fresher. Yeah. But if you really look at it, if you really look how they're doing it, it's just assembled.
Yeah,
it's already all pre-cooked, but it's delicious.
Yeah,
dude, McDonald's brings something from inside of me that just reminds me of a better time. I don't because all right. So when I was growing up in the Philippines, right, when you say McDonald's, that's like a big thing. McDonald's is a huge thing,
Yeah.
right? It's a big thing. My experience with McDonald's as a young kid was my grandparents would always take us every Sunday. That was our ritual. Like after church, we would go to McDonald's. We'll have, he'll have his coffee. I'll be in the ball pit, and my cousin is playing around and stuff like that. And I'd sit in that ball pit for like hours after I eat. Right? You know what I mean? But I also like McDonald's has regionally have different types of foods.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I was watching this the other day.
Yep.
So if you go to a McDonald's in the Philippines, they'll give you a McSpaghetti, right? Or a McChicken, which with is rice. not a it's a fried chicken. It's a fried chicken with rice with gravy, right? Right? Remember that, dude? And they even have like the Burger McDo, which is like a cheaper version of the cheeseburger. I didn't like that. It felt weird. It tasted very, very weird. But like if you go to Japan, there's a shrimp burger.
Yep, they have to cater to people. Yeah,
exactly, and they really do change their taste. But they own all that land. Yep. So no matter where you are in the world, McDonald's, the company, owns that land. That's crazy.
That is crazy. So yeah, that is the stock of the week. If you for the bears out there, I already told you guys the bull side of why you want to check out McDonald's and ticker symbol MCD. For the bear side, if you guys are not a firm believer of MCD, check out the movie Super Size Me.
Oh yeah. I would always go back to Super Size Me. I miss Super Size fries.
The fries, you put it in a container and it still looks exactly the same.
It never ages.
Yeah.
It never ages. Can you imagine like eating the fries and then like leave it alone, and then 2 years later, it's like the cockroach of food. It just never dies.
Insane. But yeah, that's the stock of the week. We're actually going to be doing that every Saturday from now on. So give you guys more value on what we are looking for.
Awesome.
As stock of the week. So
awesome. What about a website for people who have a fetish for only fried potatoes?
What is it, bro?
Only fries.
That must be common in Idaho.
Dude, you're in Spudland.
Must be a hit.
Are the potatoes different there? Are they?
We just tilled our backyard, and we're actually ready to grow a bunch of stuff: potatoes, carrots. We have strawberries up here in our backyard. We have strawberries. Dude, I'm excited for the next, for spring.
So you're going to be a farmer?
I am. Farmer John.
Oh, Farmer John.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I'm going to grow my own sprouts.
Sprouts. Farmer John. All right. So that was a really good segment. Stock of the week. I'm super excited for next week's stock of the week. But let's get into some current events, dude. Google antitrust.
Yeah.
Here we go again with the antitrust. Of all the companies that they decided to subpoena, it's Google. And I heard that Facebook and Twitter are also on the chopping block here. Mm-hmm. But let's talk about Google, for example. The only reason why people are mad at Google because they feel like they're gatekeepers to their search engine. I mean, dude, rightfully so. If they own that algorithm, then why not, right? That's one way that they generate revenue. If you want to get on top as a sponsored ad, maybe you should pay because you're not going to get things for free here. One more thing is let's be real here. The competitors of Google, which is what other search engines are there? Bing.
Okay.
What else? Yahoo.
Microsoft has a search engine.
Bing. It's Bing.
Oh, that's right.
Microsoft is Bing, yeah. And then Yahoo, right? But nobody ever says, "Oh, let's go ahead and Yahoo it," or "Oh, I'm looking for something. Oh, Bing it." Nobody ever says that. It's always, "Hey, Google it." So what are you going to do? You're going to go to Google and search it, right? It's not a monopoly. It's just in people's head. You know what I mean? For example, iRobot. We know that iRobot makes Roombas, right? But when you see a circular vacuum that goes around your apartment, you don't call it an iRobot. You don't call it by any other name. Even if it's not an iRobot, you're going to say, "Oh, look at that Roomba."
Yeah.
Right? It's name recognition. I feel like, dude, I don't know, dude. I feel like a lot of people are the government in general is just trying to stick their hands in places where they're not profiting.
And guess what? When the news dropped, Google ran like I think 1.5%.
Yeah. You know why? Because
they just gave you a middle finger, like whatever.
Yeah, whatever. We're gonna do what we're doing because this is the way they do things, right? Like it's Google, right? Another about the government, by the way. I think I'm tired of talking about the stimulus. I'm tired of waiting for the stimulus. I'm tired of looking at stimulus news. I'm tired of the back and forth that we're getting from both sides of the aisle in terms of the stimulus. I'm tired of promises of the stimulus.
First it was, Tuesday deadline. Man, it's like 5 days already.
5 days already. If you're not going to give us a stimulus, let us go on our merry way. Because as traders, and you've seen this too, the uncertainty of no stimulus is crazy. Right there. It gives me anxiety, for example, because I don't know what direction I should go. Right? So they're saying now there's going to be a new 48 hours before anything happens. Dude, if you're hoping for stimulus news, don't hold your breath because you're probably going to pass out before actual stimulus happens. Right? I have stimulus fatigue.
Like this week is more exciting, I would say, than the stimulus.
Right? You know what? To be honest with you, I would rather watch Jeffrey Toobin hit the Toobin than wait for stimulus. That's exactly where I feel.
And I probably think that he probably has an OnlyFans account.
Yeah, only tubes.
He got caught on Zoom.
On Zoom. You think he's an OTM boy?
Oh yeah, he has Zoom calls, bro.
Zoom calls, OTM calls. Tesla. So Tesla recalls their X's and S's in China due to suspension. Faulty links in the suspension, according to the Chinese government. Mm-hmm. My take on that is could be
made in China. Okay, no disrespect. Okay, that was just a joke.
But Tesla came back and said, you know what? There could be a scenario where these pass QC, right? Before they get shipped anywhere, they go through quality control. Yeah. And people that work at Tesla, they're very meticulous when it comes down to their stuff, right? So I can't speak on road conditions in China, but there also could be a scenario where Chinese roads are just not as smooth as American roads because we have terrible roads here. We have horrible roads, right? So potholes left and right. You never know. Yep. So Tesla's saying that they're blaming driver load potentially, just over usage or whatnot. In order for there's going to be some more back and forth here. But as far as current events goes, that's pretty much where we are. Besides earnings news. Top plays of the week, my guy.
So going back to the shopping spree that I had yesterday. So the NBA announced that their 72 game season is upcoming for next year. Okay.
72 games?
Yeah.
Wow.
They cut it by 10.
I know.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay. So
is it going to be a bubble?
I know. I'm not sure. So here's the thing, though. So I am bullish on DraftKings. Okay. I bought 2 more calls on DraftKings. I think I'm currently holding 3 positions on that one. Plus, I have shares of DraftKings. I also bought a call for Marriott Hotels. Mm-hmm. And these are 90 to 120 days out. Okay. We're talking about like January, February, March, April expirations. And they're completely out of the money. Okay, so these are lotto plays because what I'm anticipating after Gilead's COVID treatment, I think there's going to be more to come. I don't know. Pfizer might surprise us with something. I bought a call for Carnival Cruise Lines because they were cheap. Again, these are 120 days out. I also added more for Penn Gaming. DraftKings and Penn Gaming, they're online. Okay, they're online betting. Penn Gaming is, I think they're really undervalued right now. I like the chart. The chart is curving up. Same with DraftKings. DraftKings kind of took a dump in the past couple of weeks, but we were able to capitalize on that one. Also, I was able to grab Caesars Entertainment, CZR. I got calls for that one, and I also got calls for Wynn, WYNN. I think both of the charts are primed for a bounce. Also, got a call for MGM. MGM, I somewhat preached on it, this past week on the in the chat room. I got in at 21 something or 20. I think it was 22 flat. Yeah, 22 flat. We were able to take some profits off of that, and I was able to buy some calls on that one. If you look at the chart, yes, it's primed for an actual rebound. This is not guaranteed, but technically, I'm looking at it from the chart perspective, fundamentals. I think a lot of the reopens. This is basically a reopen play.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not saying that everyone's going to go to Vegas, next week and stay at these hotels, but seriously, there's a lot of opportunity when it comes to online betting, online gaming.
Exactly. And what I want to do is take a look for Wednesday and give you guys an idea of the states that have gambling to legalize gambling on the docket for their propositions, and make sure that we watch those, because if we get good news and more states legalize online betting, you could see DKNG, NPENN just skyrocket at this point.
And MGM, MGM also has an online betting called Bet MGM.
Who has FanDuel now? I know they're under somebody.
Yeah, they're not under Penn because they're their competitors. I have to get back to you on that one. I was just reading an article about FanDuel, but Bet MGM, believe it or not, if more states adopt to it, Bet MGM will prop up for sure.
For sure. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. We're gonna take it upon ourselves to come up with that list so that so that people who are degenerates like us are very bullish on these gaming plays. But for me, for example, in terms of my plays of the week, I have DKNG oversold play. I mean, I'm with you there. I bought the dip on Tesla. I think this is the week that we could see some upward movement. Finally, please, Lord, dear Papa Elon, if you're listening, let's just get one in. Twilio, as I said, that's going to be one of those follow the momentum after the announced earnings. I'm not going to go balls to the wall and go ham on it. Pins and Etsy, easy. And then short on BP, Denny's, and short on JetBlue. Right. So with that being said, do you have anything else?
No, I'm good.
Cool. So again, we want to thank you guys for letting us in your homes, in your ears on these Saturdays and our Wednesday episodes. We do love each and every single one of you guys. If you have any questions or concerns, if you just want to interact with us, hit us on Instagram, John C. Trades for John, Fizz McGee for me, or at Trading Daddies for the both of us. We appreciate all the comments, all the posts, all the shout outs. And other than that, let's get trading.